Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Ameen ya rabbal alamin. So here we are with our session number 171, and we are on session number 22 for Surah Taha, Nahw and Sarf. And inshallah, we are going to start from where we left. I was completing with you, my dear sisters, this part of the verse, and let's do it together. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Verse number 55. وَمِنْهَا نُخْرِجُكُمْ تَارَةً أُخْرَى. So, minha is your, who can tell me? jar wal majroor mutaalliq bil fail, and nukhrijukum nukhrijukum is going to be your fail with file damir mustatir. Nahnu, kum is your maf'ul bihi, and taratan ukhra, and from it we will bring you out another time. Another time. So this taratan, focus on this word, taratan. It sounds like that word karataini, which has a meaning of how, another time, right? These words, and you have gone over a word that is similar to this one, like before as well. So these kind of words, when you look at them, what should come to your mind? Um, no, no, no. This is the number of times something is going to happen. It is just telling you the number of time, like two times or three times. It has nothing to do with time itself. So some are saying that it could be understood as tamyiz. Yeah, taratan ukhra are going to be mawsuf sifa, but this taratan, nukhrijukum taratan ukhra, we will bring you out another time. What is bring another time? What will be brought out another time? What will be the word for bringing out? What will be the word for bringing out? To bring out. Think of it like that. So with akhraja yukhriju, to bring out, what will be the translation in Arabic for to bring out or bringing out? What will be the word that can be used? Akhraja yukhriju, blank, and then comes fahuwa mukhrijun. Ikhraj. Is this taratan talking about ikhraj of people? Yes or no? What do you think? Is it talking about ikhraj? Everyone, if you understand it, only then type one. If you don't understand it, that's going to be meaningless. That means that you didn't get it. So this taratan is talking about ikhraj of you all, of us all, right? So if it is representative of ikhraj, what kind of a word ikhrajan is? It is a masdar. It is a masdar. When a same masdar is repeated, is used, what is the word for that? The word for that masdar that comes up as a description in Jumla Failya that shares the root letters with a fail is masdar mutlaq, right? When it is masdar mutlaq and it is not there, and somebody else is its deputy, is working as its deputy, it is the term used as naib anil maful mutlaq, right? Make sense? That it is a naib for that ikhraj. And now these small things we need to pay more and more attention, because we are in a stage where now these are small concepts compared to what you have already covered. Okay, but this will need time. This will need more focus, and this is going to need, for you to make a list of words. For example, if I show you now, let me open another window, because that way, it will take more time. um, okay. ثم ارجع البصر كرتين. كرتين means again, two times, right? كرتين. What do you think? ارجع البصر كرتين. What is this كرتين talking about? Return your gaze another time. Return your look at it again. Yes, you understand now that irji'il basara karrataini. So this ruju of basar again is being described by karrataini, and based on that, you can say that this is going to be, how will you label it then? What can we call it? If it is talking about ruju of the basar, then you can call it naibanil matfulul mutlaq, right? Because this is ruju of the basar two times, right? Can this word, which is naibanil maful mutlaq, or can, if it was even um, ruju aini, can this use of maful mutlaq be for the purpose of emphasis? Can this be considered for emphasis? Are you sure? Are you all sure about it? So, what were the three conditions that maf'ul mutlaq has, and at that time it cannot be used for emphasis? Remind me of the three cases that you have been taught recently, that if maf'ul mutlaq has is a mawsuf, if it is a mudaf, and if it is showing a number, it cannot be used for emphasis. Is it not showing you a number? Hmm? It is showing you a number, so can it be for emphasis then? No, it's not. It's just showing you return your gaze another time. It is just a turning of gaze another time. It is not for added emphasis, right? So those 3 points, it cannot be, your maful mutlaq cannot be mawsuf, your maful mutlaq cannot be mudaf, your maful mutlaq cannot be denoting number. Okay, though this is not maful mutlaq, this is naibanil maful mutlaq, but still we can say that the naibanil maful mutlaq is not used for added emphasis. It is being used just to tell you the number. So for that reason, we cannot, you know we are not saying that our mutlaq is for emphasis. I hope this is all clear to all of you. So now look at this one, and you know that this is making mawsuf was sifa. You all agree? Both singular, both feminine. This one is both common, and this one is how is this feminine? What is making this word feminine? It is qiyasi, very well done. And what is there? What is the something present there which is making it alif maksura, which is also called alif tanis, right? Alif maksura, which is also called alif tanis. So therefore, these both words are feminine because of that. Very well done. Now look at the next verse. Okay, should we go on to attempt the next verse, inshallah? Okay, so before I take you to next verse, I'm going to quickly do it, and then we are going to cover what we were supposed to cover today. Okay, walaqad, and there are different ways to do this, but we will do the way that we have learned it together. So wow is okay. You're calling it an at. Lam is going to be, what kind of a lam is this? Hmm? Lamu talil. You have learnt it with fail mudare, right? Lamu ta'lil, you have learnt it with fail mudare. You can call it lamu tawqeed. That is correct answer. That sounds correct. But lam ta'lil is not a right answer, right? Because after lam ta'lil, you see a mudare mansoob, right? So this is for qasam. Some are saying it is for qasam, some are saying it is for tawqeed, and both answers are going to be considered right answers. What is qad? Qad is harf tahqiq for emphasis. In Quran, mainly it has been used for tahqiq wa tawqeed, right? In Quran, the use of qad is mainly for emphasis, right? The next word, among the three categories of words, where will you put lam? Where does this lam go? It's a harf. When we talk about the i'rab, it's going to be la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab, because haruf, they don't have any i'rab. So is going to be the case with qad, right? You all know that laqad, both words are la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab, but they are two separate words, right? There are two separate words with no status. Lam is a separate word. Lam, we have learned it as lam lil jawabul qasam. Qad is harf tahqiq wa tawqeed. Araynahu, araynahu. There are two words, arayna, and then comes who. Arayna is going to be your past tense. What helped you determine that this is a past tense? The ending is such that it is fail madin. Very well done. And it is mabni. All past tense are mabni. All are non-flexible. They never have any change and undergo any change in their endings. What's a pronoun here? Na is the file. Very well done. And family, we are going to do it all together. We are going to go over it, in one go, inshallah. Who is going to be your maful bihi? Ayatina. Ayatina is your idafa. We showed him our signs. So, what did we show him? Our signs. It is maful bihi, and it is ayati is nasbin status, right? Ayatun, 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 ayatin, ayatin, right? That's how the Muslimatun table works for this word. You all agree? Okay. Now, this is an idafa. The next word is kullaha. Kullaha. This is you are saying this is tawqeed. Among the two types of tawqeed that you have learned, this is ma'navi, because you are using a special word for emphasis, and that was kulla. The, the word that is emphasized, what is the condition for that word? The word that is emphasized must be proper. When there is a word that is coming up as tawqeed ma'navi, what should be they in status? Should the status match, or can the status be different? Status must be same. Very well done. The third point, it must have a pronoun that is going back to the word that it is emphasizing. Does this word kullaha has a pronoun that is going back to ayatina? Yes, ayatina is your non-human plural. So ha, it is treated as single feminine. So ha is there, going back to ayatina. Do you see all conditions are met in this case? All your four conditions. The first word is proper. The word that is emphasized is proper. Both are same status. The third was it must have a pronoun, and the pronoun is there. Was there anything else that I'm missing? Or all conditions met? Okay, all met. Okay. فَكَذَّبَ وَأَبَى. We showed him our signs, all of them. Then he belied, and you know, he denied, absolutely, refused. So what do you think? Fa is going to be an atf tartib wa taqib, right? For the, order and for the sequence and the succession. You all agree? And some may say that this is another type, and that's okay. But if you want to treat it as fa'at, that is going to be correct as well. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed him his signs, but he belied and he um, clearly refused. So that this can be simply foul atf. Is this clear to all of you? Okay. So kazzaba is fail. What kind of a fail kazzaba is? Fail madin wal file damir mustatir hua. Aba the same thing. Fail madin wal file damir mustatir hua. Okay. So far everyone is with me. We have been going over some words, and I'm going to, let's just do a couple of more verses, and then I'm going to go over the topic. Okay, let's see if it takes me 10 minutes, and then I can start the topic. Okay. Qala is going to be fail madin again. Will file the mean mustatir hua. We have done it, and after it is it coming, it's maful call, which is fi mahalli nasbin, right? Fi mahalli nasbin. Qala is madin مبني على الفتحة والفاعل ضمير مستتر هو أجئتنا Hamza and جئتنا two words, and Hamza is Hamzatul Istifham. It is a harf among the two haruf that come as question words. Is Hamza, other one is Hal. Very well done. And this word has no status because it's a harf, so I don't need to worry about anything. جئتنا جئتنا. What am I seeing here? It is fail madin. Fail madin wal file. What is the name of the file in this word? Jita. Taul filing. Taul file. Taul file, which can also be called taul mukhatib, right? Taul khitab as well. Na is going to be maful bihi, right? Na is maful bihi. Everyone got it? And your ta is damir baris or damir mustatir? What do you think? It is baris because you can clearly see him, right? The pronoun can be seen. لِتُخْرِجَنَا لِتُخْرِجَنَا li. Now you can say that this li is for ta'leel. The first lam, which was with fatha, cannot be for ta'leel. Anyways, this lam is maksura. It has a kasra, right? It has a kasra attached to it. The first one was maftuha, right? It has a fatha attached to it. So cannot be lam ta'leel. Laqad cannot be. Lam in laqad can never be lamu ta'leel because lamu ta'leel has a kasra. And it always retains its kasra, right? So li has a hidden an after it, and that is making mudare mansoob, which is tukhrija. Tukhrija is mansoob bi an mudmira. Barakallahu feek, Sister Shamim. And file in this case is, what is the file? In tukhrija, what is the file? It is anta. Is it visible or is it mustatir? Barakallahu feek. Na is maful bihi. That completes your word li tukhrijana min ardina. Min ardina is jar wal majroor mutaliq will fail. Min ardi jar wal majroor. Ardina is an idafa. The status of this na is majroor because it is mudaf ilayhi. Bisihrika. Bisihrika. Again, another mutaliq will fail. You can say that, and this ba can be ba sababiya too, because of his because of your magic, and that you want to remove us from our land with your magic, with the help of your magic, kind of like that. So but for now, if you can just call it jar wal majroor mutaliq will, it should be okay. Can it answer another question for you as well? Bisikrika, what can it be? Can it be yes? So if it is, you know, how you want to remove us from our land by using your magic, and this can be, considered to be, mutalik bihal mahzoof as well. Yeah, barakallahu feek, dear sisters, very well done. Ya Musa is easy, right? Ya Musa, nida mudada, and we are not going to go into details of it for now. فَلَنَأْتِيَنَّكَ فَلَنَأْتِيَنَّكَ بِسِحْرٍ. So, how many words are there in this word? How many words are there in this word that you are seeing on your screen? First is fa, which you can say is the enough, or you can, just connect it to whatever is before, but you can also, say that, there's another story starting from there. And Rabiha is saying there are five words, and let's just count them together. So this fa, number one, can be at for istinaf. Lam, what are you going to call this lam? The second word that you are seeing on your screen is yes, some are saying Tawqeed, some are saying Lamul Qasam, Barakallahu Feek, both are correct answers, right? The next word, Na'tiyanna. How many words are there? Na'tiyanna. Na'tiya, fail mudari, right? Mu'akkad, binunu tawqeed, yes or no? Does it have a nunu tawqeed attached? Very well done. Can you all see? So one was mudare, and then the mudare has an additional nunu tawqeed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the nunu tawqeed, and ka is your. Yeah, you are right that it's going to be considered one word because it just and is it becomes a part of the word. It cannot be ever written separately. That's correct. That's correct. But Alhamdulillah, yeah, this is not like ka you can say, but it's same thing. You know how it ka is attached, like an attached pronoun comes at the end of the word. Can't we say that this noon also comes at the end of the word? Can we not consider it that something that came and attached itself to the end of the word? You can, right? So if you have to label them, you're going to label them separately. Yeah, my dear sisters, you are going to I will say that Rabiha is right, because you are going to you are going to label fa as at, you're going to label lam as harf tawqeed, right? Lamu tawqeed, or lamul qasam, jawabul lam lil jawabul qasam. Then comes natiyanna. You are going to first label your mudare. Okay, you are going to talk about your mudare, that this mudare is muakkad bi nunu tawqeed, and then you are going to come to nunu tawqeed, harf li tawqeed, la mahalla lahu min al i'rab. No. And then comes your kaf, damir muttasil, mabni ala al fatha, fi mahalli nasb maf'ul bihi, right? That this is maf'ul bihi and it is nasb in status. Every maf'ul bihi, every detail is nasb in status. Every harf la mahalla lahu min al i'rab, right? Do you all agree? Huh? Okay, barakallahu feek, my dear sisters. I'm glad that you all agree with me. Bisihrin mislihi. Bisihrin mislihi. Bisihr. First of all, bisihrin is mutalik bil fail, right? Jar wal majroor mutalik bil fail. And is there any way you can connect sihrin mislihi? This cannot be this bisihrin cannot be hal, because this is talking about, this is a sila of this fail comes with b, right? So this is going to be just the part of mutalik will fail. You just bisihrin is going to be just labeled as mutalik will fail, and then when you come to sihrin mislihi, you can call it mawsuf was sifa, right? You can call them mawsuf was sifa. And here it is allowed for your sifa to not match in all four properties, right? There are certain cases where it is okay if the mawsuf was sifa not match in all four properties, and the only property they are not matching it is going to be that they're not going to be matching in their type. In terms of type, the sihrin is common, and that is, and I think that this is a very easy way to understand it. For if that works for you, keep it like that. Okay, you just, if complex sifa works for you, call it complex sifa, and sihrin is your mawsuf, and mislihi, which is an idafa, is a sifa of sihrin. Okay, faj'al, faj'al. So what is this fa? You can we will bring to you magic, same as it. Faj'al, so you make between us and between you. So, okay, some are saying that they want to call it an ath. How many of you agree? You want to call it an ath for now? Call it an ath. Ij'al. Focus on ij'al. Failul amr wal fa'il ضمير مستتر أنت بيننا وبينك موعدا. Make between us in the بيننا, can I call it متعلق بالإجعل? Yes. And then واو أت بينك is going to be معطوف موعدا. موعدا. What is going to be the label for it is مفعول به. Okay, بارك الله فيك. موعدا لا نخلفه. How are you going to label this? La is going to be la nafia, غير عاملة. نخلفو is going to be فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة الظاهرة والفاعل ضمير مستتر أنت. And who is the pronoun? What is this pronoun going back to? What is this referring to? Promise? Okay. Or appointed time or promise, whatever, however you want to. Mo'idan. Barakallahu feek. So this sentence which is coming after Mo'idan can be called its sifa, and you already, all my dear sisters, knew about it. I'm very pleased to work with such smart group of sisters. I'm very, very, I feel very blessed, honestly. So this who is telling you that this jumla failure can be a sifa. So what will be the status of la nukhlifuhu? What is going to be the status? It's going to be nasbin status, because fi mahalli nasbin, because it is a sifa for mo'idan, and mo'idan is an ism that is nasbin status. Very well done. Now comes nahnu wala anta. Now comes nahnu, and nahnu is tawkid. Nahnu is tawkid bidamirun munfasil, right? You are using a independent pronoun. And what kind of a tawkid is this? Is it among the two types, ma'navi or lafzi? What do you think? It is tawkid lafzi, right? It is lafzi. The same word has been repeated. The same word. Right? So nahnu was the mir mustatir in nukhlifu, and the same nahnu has been repeated. So it is tawkid lafzi. Waw is harf. La is la zaida li tawkid in nafi. Anta. What is the ma'tuf for this anta? The You don't call it fasal. It is munfasil, right? This nahnu was damir munfasil, and this anta is also damir munfasil. Damirul fasl you see between mubtada and khabar, right? You see between two maful bihis of a particular fail like zanna, and between ismu inna and khabru inna, or ismu kana or khabru kana, right? So don't, yeah, they sound very similar, but it is one is munfasil and one is fasal, okay? And fasal is la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab. Munfasil has a status, right? So this has the same status as nukhlifu. So what will be the status of this nahnu? It is going to be, which is coming up as tawqeed, and muakkad must be of the same status. So this is rafin status. Wala, we have already covered. Anta is going to be matuf. So what is matuf alayhi for anta? The pronoun within nukhlifu. My dear sisters, this, the pronoun that is damir mustatir, nukhlifu, that is there, and you can all check your Arab books too. Your ma'tuf alayhi is going to be the pronoun that is damir mustatir, nahnu. This is merely tawqeed. This is just a tawqeed, right? We have been covering this, and since I started teaching you tawqeed, so keep that in mind, inshallah. Okay. Makanan suwa. So what is makanan suwa? It is again azar. Yes, la is zaida. Yes, I agree. La is absolutely zaida, and I thought I said it because litokidin nafi, because it is followed by just as mufrad ism. It is definitely la zaida. So, and makan and suwa, how are we going to label makan and suwa? They are mawsufa sifa, and how can we connect it to the rest of the sentence? Can it be, some may say that this is going to be the um, badal for something. Okay, so it is, okay, so can it be the badal for mu'idan? Can it be? You're saying the makan is also um, zarf, and mu'idan is also a zarf by the pattern maf'ilun, maf'alun, maf'alatun, right? Mu'idun, mu'adun, mu mu'adatun, right? Mu'adatun. So can it be makanan be, a badal for mu'idan? What do you think? It is nasbin status like mu'idan, right? Can it be? I want more answers. Hmm? So yes, you can consider it a badal. Okay. So everyone with me so far? Alhamdulillah, with together we were able to, I hope, understand and do it. Okay. So now this is a topic um, that needs a lot of attention, my dear sisters. Okay. So because this lam, I cannot just keep giving you that this is for Jawabul Qasam without teaching you what Qasam is about. So are you ready to learn oaths in Quran today? Okay. So I have one, two answers. Okay, so Quranic Arabic grammar brings to you oaths in Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So the tools of oath, Adwatul Qasam. First, we are going to know and learn what are the Adwatul Qasam. Okay, when you were taught Haruf Jar, you have come across three haruf that can be used to take an oath. Tallahi, Billahi, or Wallahi, right? Have you ever heard these three? Have you ever talked about it? Ba, ta, kaf, lam, waw, min, an, fi, ila, ala, hatta, right? When we were learning our huruf jar, these were shown to you, these were taught to you. So now see how they are used. Okay? So you are going to first of all remember bata, bata, wow. Bata, wow is something that I want you to keep in mind. Okay? Ba, ta, wow. Three tools of oath, ba, ta, wow. The standard tools of oath, ba, ta, wow. Okay? The first one, which is the ta, only used with lafzul jalala. Tallahi. Have you ever seen in Quran, Tallahi, those who have done Surah Yusuf, you must have seen an oath there, Tallahi, right? Then, La uqsimu bihadha al-balad. So B, have you ever come across B used with the object of an oath? Yes, you have seen that, right? B comes in Quran. Special feature about ba or B is it can come with a pronoun too. It can come with a pronoun too. You can take an oath by a pronoun with harf jar ba. Okay? And this is on your slide. Can be used with a pronoun too. Then comes vow. When you see vow, you will see Failul Qasam. Failul Qasam is almost, it's always omitted. You will never see it present. It's always mahzoof. Okay? With vow, Failul Qasam is always mahzoof. Okay? Before I tell you any of these details, I just want you to tell me the first three tools of oath. The first three tools of oath, ba, ta, wow. Everyone must answer. This is not a very hard question. Yes, yes, ba, ta, wow. Batu. Very good job. Very good job. Then you are going to see what else you are going to see in an oath. You are going to see lam jawabul qasam, lam lil jawabul qasam, lam muwattiyatul qasam. You are going to see nunut tawqid. Where do we see nunut tawqid? Which word comes with nunut tawqid? Just saw that. Yes, it only comes with nunut tawqid is going to come with fail mudare. Can it come with something else as well? With another fail? Nunut tawqid is seen with fail mudare. Is there any other fail that can also accept nunut tawqid? Very well done. Yes, failul amr. But in Quran you don't see any example. But for your studies, because it's not only Quran that you are going to learn, you are going to understand Quran too through the tafasir. And if they are in Arabic, you may see nunun tawqid used with failul amr or along with fail mudare. Okay, so nunun tawqid can come with fail mudare and also with failul amr. The other thing that you are going to see is inna and lamu tawqid. So example of that is innal insana lafi khusr. So in innal insana lafi khusr, do you see inna? And do you hear me saying lamu tawqid? Right? So let's learn each one and separately and see how this whole system is going to work. Okay, inshallah. So there is going to be a jumlatul qasam and then going to be a jawabul qasam. Just like jumla shartiya and jawabu shart, now you are going to see jumlatul qasam and jawabul qasam. What are you going to see? Jumlatul qasam and jawabul qasam. Failul qasam is going to be mostly omitted. Failul qasam is like a word uqsimu. When I say uqsimu, it means I take an oath. Okay? Uqsimu, I take an oath. In Jumlatul Qasam, you expect to see Failul Qasam, which is Uqsimu, but it is going to be omitted in most cases. Okay? Then you are expected to see tools of an oath. What were the tools of an oath? Just now you have seen Bata Wow, mainly Bata Wow, Bata Wow, Bata Wow, Bata Wow, right? Then you are going to know, and then you are going to learn the one who takes an oath is called al-muqsim. Al-muqsim, the one, the object of an oath is going to be called al-muqsim bihi. The object by which Allah is going to take an oath in Quran is going to be called al-muqsim bihi. Is this clear so far? So there is going to be failul qasam, then your haruf jar, alba, wata, walwaw, and then there's going to be, in your failul qasam, you will find the one who is taking an oath, right? In Quran, Allah is taking an oath, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-muqsim. The object of oath is called al-muqsim bihi. The response to an oath is called jawabul qasam or muqsim ilayhi. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone with me so far? And it's going to be more clear when you see an example. Okay? Your response to an oath, remember, can be jumla ismiya or fi'liya, can be a positive sentence or a negative sentence. Positive sentence will need particle of emphasis. Negative sentence will not need particle of emphasis. And this you are also going to learn when you are going to be given examples. Okay? Without example, everything is going to be just like, I'm writing on a water. Okay, now let's see. Wal asr. Wal asr. What are you seeing here? The wow, which is a particle or a tool, adwatul qasam. Adwatul qasam. What is the object that Allah is taking an oath? by the time of asr, it is going to be muqsim bihi. It is going to be muqsim bihi. The object by which Allah takes an oath is going to be muqsim bihi. Innal insana lafi khusr. This is the response to an oath, and this is called Jawabul Qasam, or you can call it Muqsim Ilayhi. Okay? Do you see Felul Qasam here in the first sentence? So it is understood to be Uqsimu wal Asr. So Uqsimu wal Asr. But Waw is a tool of an oath, is Adwatul Tawqid, that is never going to have Felul Qasam mentioned with it. Wow, when Allah takes an oath by wow, Felul Qasam Uqsimu is never going to be mentioned. Okay? Now, but we are going to see, when we label it, what is going to be the labeling for it? Wal Asri. Wow is harf jar, Al Asri is majroor, right? Jar wal majroor, and every jar wal majroor is mutalik to something, and it is going to be mutalik to Felul Qasam mahzoof. Can I call it like that? And then comes innal insana lafi khusr, and it is jawabul qasam. If it is a positive sentence, it will have particle of emphasis. Does it make sense? It has two particles of emphasis in case of wal asri innal insana lafi khusr. The jawabul qasam has two particles of emphasis. One is inna, and the second one is lam, lamul musahlaqa, which is, is everyone with me so far? Okay. Now look at the second one. Qalu tallahi. This ta only and only will have muqsim bihi, which is lafzul jalala. Okay. Yes, it can also be called muqsim ilayhi. Yeah. But jawabul qasam, if jawabul qasam works for you, that's easy to keep in mind. Okay. If you want to remember the other one, alayhi, that is fine too. Okay. It is ayn. It is with ayn. Okay. So tallahi jar wal majroor मुताल्लिक बिलफेलुल कसम महजूफ इन्नका लफी दलालिकल कदीम. So dalalikal qadim is going to be what this sentence is going to be labeled as your muqsim alayhi or jawabul qasam. Jawabul qasam, al muqsim alayhi or jawabul qasam, right? Most importantly, jawabul qasam, right? So don't confuse yourself. You have tallahi, tallahi, which is your muta'alliq bil qasam mahzoof, right? Innaka is starting your jawabul qasam. When your jawabul qasam is a positive jumla ismiya, it is going to have a tool of emphasis. Everyone got it? The next example. Wallayli. Now Allah is taking an oath by night, right? Wallayli idha yaghsha. والنهار إذا تجلى وما خلق الذكر والأنثى. So this والليل, again fail is mahzoof. With waw, fail is always mahzoof. If you go back, with waw, failul qasam is always omitted, and in Quran you are seeing an evidence for that. It is not, there is uksimu and then there is wallayli. Everyone is with me so far? In your jumla ismiya, if your response is positive sentence, you will see emphasis with it. You will see particles of emphasis, and you are seeing inna in all these three examples, and lam is also present in all these three examples, right? Yes, idha is again going to be muta'alliq bil fail. when we were learning this, when we were learning this iza before, at that time you were not taught, we had not done this qasam business. Now you are going to call this iza yaghsha. Iza yaghsha, iza here is zarfiya ghair shartiya. Very well done. I was about to ask you this question, that what type of iza are you seeing among the three types? One was iza zarfiya, which can be shartiya and ghair shartiya, and then there is a ida that is fujaiya. Fujaiya is a harf, so that is not in, we don't look for its i'rab. Ida zarfiya will have i'rab. Now think about it. It is zarfiya ghair shartiya, and now since we are now learning qasam 2, so it is muta'alliq bil fail qasam that has been omitted. Muta'alliq bil failul qasam mahzuf. Yes. Make sense now? Alhamdulillah. So when you have not covered that, it's very hard to, make other people understand who have no clue what qasam is about. But now you know that there was a fail. Uksimu, I take an oath by the night when it covers, and by the day when it appears, and by who he created the man and the woman. Everything now falls in place, and how everything is connected. The connections are you able to see these connections? That wallayl jar wal majroor mutaalliq bil failul qasam mahzuf iza yaghsha. You can again connect it to the failul qasam. Any questions, anyone? And my dear sisters, anything that is not clear? Like it's probably, it's when I take a note. You can also, most of the time it makes more sense when you're seeing anything like a zarf or a jar wal majroor to connect it with an ism right before it. Somehow it, I take an oath by the night when it covers, so it particularly the night in the condition when it covers, so it can be muta'alliq bil hal of the layl. It makes more sense, that you can connect it to a layl, and now and that can be a correct answer to it as well. Yes, and that makes more sense actually. Every time you see jar wal majroor and a proper ism before, every time you will see that it makes more sense to call that jar wal majroor or zarf as muta'alliq bil hal to that proper ism, right? I mean, Vayaki, and it's a very important point. And when I was teaching you Iza, it is, I taught you like that too. So, but still there were some things that we have not covered. So, but it, just a rule for everyone. When you have a proper ism and you have a jar wal majroor following it, you will notice most of the time the jar wal majroor or zarf is connected to that proper ism. And how you can connect them by using a proper grammatical ruling is you can call it muta'alliq bil hal mahzuf. Okay? Is it clear to all of you? You can call it muta'alliq bil hal. Your muqsim bihi is yeah, the object of an oath is al-layl. Yes. Yes. Sister Dilruba, yes, that's correct. And then Allah took an oath by an-nahar, and then Allah took an oath by this ma, who created the man and the woman. Okay? And then comes your Jawabul Qasam that had two tools of emphasis, one being inna and the next one being lamul muzahraka, or your lam lamut tawqid. Everyone with me? Should I show you another example? By who? Ma is very ma, it can be, when you learn it in the first phase of your learning grammar, you learn ma as a mausul that is for ghair akil. But once you develop more and more understanding, and Quran itself teaches you Um, La abudu. When you see this the last surah of no, among the Suratul Kafirun. And I don't want to misquote again. Wala antum abiduna ma abud, and you do not worship what I worship. So this ma abudu, when ma is used in Surat Kafirun, verse number 3, this ma is being used, is referring to who? And you do not worship what I worship. This what is referring to who? Verse number 3, Suratul Kafirun. Wala antum abiduna ma abud. It's referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes. Ma ashabul yamin. Ma ashabul yamin. Who are the people of the right hand? Right? Ma ashabul yamin. Ma istifhamia. You have been taught is for ghair akil, is used to question about ghair akil. But ashabul yamin, are these ghair akil people? No, it is used for akil too. And why is it used? Inshallah, in upcoming sessions, you will learn that. Okay, inshallah. So this is very beautiful example. And your Suratul Kafirun tells you that ma can be used for akil too. And there are other many examples in Quran that you will find. Okay. So I hope you get some gist of what your qasam is about. You are going to look for adwatul qasam. Failul qasam is going to be mostly mahzoof, and you are going to work with adwatul qasam and jawabul qasam. So here, wal asri jar war majroor mutaalliq bil failul qasam mahzoof, and innal insana lafi khusr is going to be jawabul qasam. When it comes to jawabul qasam, it is always going to be la mahalla lahu min al i'rab. What is it going to be? Jawabul qasam is always la mahalla lahu min al i'rab. Jawabul qasam is going to be always la mahalla lahu min al i'rab. Okay? When it comes to jumla ismiya, that is a negative sentence. Noon wal qalami wa ma yasturun wal qalami. I take an oath by a pen and what they write, what they scribe. Ma anta bi ni'mati rabbika bi majnoon. What kind of a jumla ismi are you seeing? Is it a positive sentence or a negative sentence? It's a negation. Do you see any inna? Do you see in any lam? You are not seeing anyone, right? But when the sentence changes to a positive sentence, when this sentence is followed by a positive sentence, it's inna laka la ajran ghayra mamnoon. Are you seeing tawqeed? Both are there. Wa innaka la ala khuluqin azim. Again, inna and lam comes back. So if jawabul qasam is jumla manfiya, no tool of emphasis. You are not going to see tool of emphasis. A negative sentence, negative jawabul qasam will not need particle of emphasis. Okay? But when it is positive, it is going to have inna and lam. Okay? And sometimes both, and sometimes maybe one. So here, this was matuf ala first sentence. If I asked you the status of innaka la ala khuluqin azim, what will be the status? Why? Why no status? It is matuf. The first sentence, jawab was matuf. This sentence being the jawabul qasam was la mahalla. So because of atf, the rest of the sentences are also going to be la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab. Okay? Is it making sense to each and every one of you? How you are going to say the first one is jawabul qasam, and that is la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab, laha min al-i'rab, because of that. The next sentences are la mahalla because they are matuf on sentences that have no status. If your first sentence is rafa and it is connected to the next sentence that is connected to waw or summa or fa, it is going to be raf in status too. But if the first sentence has no status, the next sentences are also not going to have any status because the wow carries the status over. If first is no has no status, the rest are also not going to have any status. Now comes your jawabul qasam. That is a jawab, that is past tense. It is a past tense. It's fail madin. Sorry, it's a fail madin, and it is beginning with laqad. It's going to begin with laqad. And let's see how this works. لا أقسم بهذا البلد وأنت حل بهذا البلد ووالد وما ولد لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد. Are you seeing your failul qasam here? Is the failul qasam mahzoof or mazkur here? What do you think? It is mazkur, right? It is mazkur mentioned, right? Instead of being omitted, it is mazkur here. So uqsimu is there, and Allah is taking an oath with this city, right? With the city, and the city is the city of Makkah. And so bihazal balad, your what is your adwatul qasam or the tool of emphasis here? Ba, and you are going to call bihaza muta'alliq bil failul qasam, right? Muta'alliq bil failul qasam. Hazal balad is ismul ishara wal musharun ilayhi, and this can also be labeled as your badal too. You can call it badal, you can call it mawsuf sifa too. Okay, remember that. Okay, this ism ishara musharun ilayhi, you have you have learned your mushar ilayhi can be called badal as well. Okay, next comes wa anta hillum bihazal balad, and this is just a, you can consider it a interjectory sentence. Wa walidin wa ma walad. What do you think? Can it be? It is. Why is it jar in status? Walidin. What is it matuf on? What is its matuf alayhi? Haza. So it can, you can say that it is matuf ala haza. That is the first one, right? Right? Okay, barakallahu feek. And ma is going to be matuf number two, right? And walad is your jumla failure, fail madin. And then comes your jawabul qasam beginning with laqad, right? Beginning with laqad. So what do you think about this one? You are seeing another, and you are seeing lam lil jawabul qasam or lamul qasam, right? Lamul qasam, your lam lil jawabul qasam, like, remember that you have just seen laqad araynahu ayatina ayatina kullaha. You just covered something like that. Was qasam mazkur or mahzoof for this lam? Oh, here it is mahzoof. So we are already past our time. I have to end the session here, and inshallah we are going to continue to learn about our oaths in Quran in our next session. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear sisters.